she whispered. "Please, just leave me alone." They just laughed. But they had no idea who was listening, just 2 hallways away. Her whispered plea was met with cruel, echoing laughter. 3 older girls, eyes glinting with malicious amusement, had Sophia cornered. They'd yanked her into the empty, cold-tiled bathroom, books scattered across the floor, her backpack strap tore under their vicious grip. The door slammed shut, sealing her fate. One twisted her arm with practiced cruelty, another shoved her towards the far stall. It was their usual terrifying routine: corner, humiliate, and leave her shaking in fear. But today was tragically different. Just 2 hallways away, the gymnasium pulsed with activity. A tactical training session for the elite SWAT team was in full swing. Sergeant Daniel Rios, Sophia's father, barked sharp commands. Clad in full tactical gear, he led his team through intense, realistic mock hostage rescue drills. Focused entirely on the mission, he had no idea his own daughter was about to face the most terrifying moment of her entire school life. In mere minutes, their separate worlds were destined to collide in an unforgettable explosion of fear and fury. Sophia Rios, a quiet soul. Petite, soft-spoken, her happiest moments spent drawing in the library's peaceful corner. Classmates rarely noticed her, except for the ones who tragically perceived her gentle silence as weakness. This year, the bullying had relentlessly escalated. It started with whispered insults in the cafeteria, then mocking her clothes, then brutally shoving her books to the floor. Teachers seemed utterly blind to it, too busy or simply unwilling to step into the escalating mess. Sophia, desperate not to cause trouble for her hard-working father, kept every painful incident to herself. Sergeant Daniel Rios, her devoted dad, had raised her alone after her mother's passing when Sophia was just 8. His life was the demanding SWAT team, long, unpredictable shifts, constant danger. At home, he was gentle, fiercely protective, and always trying to make her laugh. He had absolutely no clue about the silent battles his daughter was fighting in the cold, unforgiving hallways of her school. That particular Wednesday, lunch felt like a deliberate trap. Sophia sat alone at her table, quietly eating the sandwich her dad had made that morning, half-finished sketching in her notebook. Then a snicker. "Hey, Mouse!" Jasmine, the self-proclaimed queen of their grade, sneered from behind her. Maya and Brooke stood beside her, equally smug. "Nice drawing. Looks like a kindergartner did it." Sophia didn't look up. She just closed her notebook, desperately trying to finish her lunch. But Jasmine snatched the notebook off the table. "Oh, little Mouse is shy," she mocked, her voice dripping venom. "Give it back," Sophia whispered, barely audible. Maya leaned down, her voice dripping with fake, sickening sweetness. "Or what, you gonna squeak at us?" They all laughed, a chilling sound. Then Jasmine's eyes darkened. "Come with us, Mouse. We have a special surprise for you." Sophia knew exactly what that meant. Her heart hammered against her ribs, but before she could react, they each grabbed an arm, yanking her from the bench. Students in the cafeteria saw it happen. Not a single person moved. The hallway was deserted, their footsteps echoing ominously as they dragged her towards the bathroom at the far end. Sophia struggled, pleading quietly. "Please, I didn't do anything." "You exist." "That's enough," Brooke sneered, her face twisted in disgust. The bathroom door swung open and they shoved her inside. The sharp smell of disinfectant mixed with the metallic tang of pure fear in the air. Jasmine locked the door behind them with a decisive click. "Time for a little makeover," she smirked, pulling out a menacing pair of scissors from her bag. Sophia's breath caught in her throat. She backed up until her shoulder hit the cold tile wall. "Please, no." But her words only made them grin wider, eyes gleaming with malicious intent. In the gym, Sergeant Daniel Rios barked his commands louder. "Breach! Clear left! Secure the hostage!" His elite SWAT team moved with practiced precision, a unified blur of black uniforms and tactical gear. It was supposed to be a routine school safety drill, organized by the principal to reassure parents and staff. Daniel had been entirely focused on the intricate operation until an undeniable sound cut sharply through the air. At first it was faint, a sharp, high-pitched cry heavily muffled. He paused mid-step, every instinct screaming. That wasn't part of any drill. He motioned urgently for his second-in-command. "Second in command, Sergeant Daniel Rios, Sophia's father." "Yes, sir." "Report." "Bullies,
You hear that?"
The man nodded grimly, his face tight. "Bathroom wing!" They moved with incredible speed, silent as shadows. Daniel's heart was pounding relentlessly, not from the physical exertion, but from a cold, gut-deep fear rapidly forming inside him. He didn't know why yet, but something deep in his soul told him this was personal. Terribly personal. Back in the sterile bathroom, Jasmine cornered Sophia near the sinks. Maya brutally pinned her arms, while Brooke held the sinister scissors. The metallic blades glinted wickedly under the harsh fluorescent light. "You think you're better than us, Mouse?" Brooke hissed, a venomous whisper. Sophia shook her head desperately, tears streaming down her face. "No, please, The bathroom door suddenly exploded inward, slamming so hard it rattled violently against the wall. 3 imposing SWAT officers in full tactical gear filled the doorway. Their vests, their helmets, their black gloves, they formed an impenetrable wall of steel. And at the front, his face a mask of determined fury, was her father. For a split second, time itself froze. Sophia's wide, tear-streaked eyes met his. Instant recognition flashed in both their faces, a lightning bolt of understanding. "Dad!" Her voice broke, a raw, fragile sound. Daniel's expression shifted from initial shock to pure, controlled fury, a dangerous storm. "Step away from her." His voice was low, dangerous, an undeniable command. The girls froze instantly. The scissors trembled violently in Brooke's hand. "You have 3 seconds," Daniel declared, stepping forward, every inch the formidable man who had stared down countless armed criminals. 3. Maya immediately dropped Sophia's arms. Jasmine backed away rapidly, her hands visibly shaking. Brooke's fingers loosened, and the scissors clattered with a loud, final sound onto the tile floor. Silence descended, heavy and absolute. Daniel stepped decisively between them and his daughter, placing a protective, firm arm around Sophia. His team moved in swiftly, guiding the 3 stunned bullies toward the door where the school security officer now waited, wide-eyed. Sophia buried her face deeply in her father's sturdy vest, sobbing uncontrollably. He gently tilted her chin up, his eyes meticulously scanning her tear-stained face for any harm, any injury. "You're safe now, baby girl," he whispered, his voice filled with a profound relief and fierce love. Outside, a rapidly growing crowd of students had gathered, watching wide-eyed and silently as the 3 crying bullies were escorted in utter disbelief down the hall, held firmly in the grip of a powerful SWAT team. Word spread like wildfire through the school hallways. No one would ever forget the day Sergeant Rios found out what had been happening to his daughter. And from that pivotal day forward, Sophia was never the shy mouse again. She was the brave girl whose father would truly move heaven and earth to protect her. And the entire school learned a powerful, unforgettable lesson in courage and accountability.